Constellating is like reading. So you go to a country you've never been in. You don't know how to read any of the signs. So you're going to move in a kind of erratic, unpredictable way. You're not going to know where you're going. You're going to be looking for something and you're not going to be able to find it. Once you learn the language, you can find what you're looking for. And that's what constellating is. It's just learning the language with which God has written the universe. And if you can do that, you can see the signs and you can go to what you're looking for. I'll probably make a video on it, and I can go more in depth. I think the Substack article really sums up the revelation of what it was, but I'll do my best to do the concept justice. I'd like to go much more in detail than that. Sam, what do you think is a good example of constellating?
It's when you receive points of meaning through your path, through your journey through life. And when you're constellating well, you can recognize them shortly after, hopefully, you come into contact with them. So if an event happens that is meaningful, you take note and you add it to the little constellation connect the dots diagram.
And if you get really good at that, you'll be able to, it's like you move up a level and you can just perceive constellations instantly. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be way clearer in the video, but so I wrote that article fresh out of the experience that I was talking about, the psychedelic experience. So I was still basically on acid when that was written.
Yeah, this dude flirts with the droogs.
I take probably more psychedelics.
I know, well, he is not on the same path as me. He's not a portal magician.
I don't recommend anybody do psychedelics. Every time I take them, I basically go straight to hell. And if that doesn't happen, it means you're doing something wrong, I think. Yeah. The things over there got way more aggressive after I made Contact 2020. They don't like me because I made that video. Don't talk to machine elves.
Why don't talk to them? I think he means machine elves.
Because they're not eternal. They're not eternal archetypes. They're like very, very temporal. And so you're talking to the spirit of the age. You're talking to, not even the spirit of the age, the spirit of right now. And it's not going to give you advice that has a good shelf life. They're going to tell you to do things that will work right now and will not work in the long term, or things that won't even work now. Like platonically, they're very, very low. They're essentially like jinn. In my experience, every time I took psychedelics, I encountered a bunch of spirits that were full of shit. And then it was only after I got through that I would talk to something that knew what it was talking about. Don't take them at face value.
A lot of psychedelic users.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them in this school.
Yeah, sure. I'm a virgin mind. I have never taken psychedelics.
We could still probably take a swim to mushrooms if you want at some point.
Not gonna happen.
When you take them, you have to move through this storm to find the place where you can actually, where your mind is working better than normal. Normally when you take psychedelics, your mind is working worse than normal. It's just working more. So you talk to a lot of people who take large amounts of them, and they don't really have coherent ideas. They just have ideas that sound nice. So they'd say something like, everything is light and everything is love and we're all going to be fine and we're here for a soul contract. It's just bullshit. It's just supposed to sound nice. It's not supposed to teach you anything. Don't be afraid. But if they say something that's not frightening, they're saying something that's false, most likely. Like, let die he who would die is not something that most psychonauts would say. LSD or mushrooms? In general, mushrooms are better. A mushroom trip is more like a dream. An LSD trip is like a delusion. And so with an LSD trip, you have to be much more cautious. Most of the ideas are nonsense.